Okay. I think I fixed it. Long story short is it seems to be, there were too many USBs plugged in again. And, like, wasn't. Oh my god! Long story short, too many USBs were plugged in, I think. Uh, so I had to unplug my controller. Anyway, back to being muted. Sorry, y'all. My audio setup is doing weird shit. Um, You know what? Fuck it. Hold on. There we go. So we're not just sitting in fucking silence. I am assuming y'all can hear me in chat.
Well, I mean, Lady Blackjack heard you.
Yeah, that was a while ago, so.
Oh. Voice.
FF14 remix? No, but it does sample the song from Final Fantasy 14.
Your voice is definitely going, because I tried to listen to what music was. Huh? Oh, I hear my voice too. Hello.
Oh yeah, you can hear Sonya now because it's just desktop audio.
Well, I didn't get to listen to the music, but that's okay.
Alright, I think the only thing that I can think of is just to do a restart of Water Fox. Which I'm not going to do now. So in the meantime, or not in the meantime, but what I was going to do before all this shit happened. Thank you, Sonya.
Ah.
Ah.
What were you gonna do, buddy?
I'm doing a poll.
Oh.
Sure, additional votes.
You know when you just hear your voice back in the feedback and you're just like, wow, I sound very Australian. Kazuya Mishima. Is that Tekken?
That do be Tekken.
Wow, I vaguely know Tekken. I did a wiki crawl of it once. I've never played it.
I mean, you don't play a lot of fighting games in general, so.
Yeah. I do a lot of wiki crawls with them, though.
While that poll is going, I might as well explain what this is. First off, Matt's not here because Matt is recovering from caffeine maxing.
Why would he do
It was an accident, unironically.
Bless him, I hope he's okay.
And so now he's going through a really bad caffeine detox.
Oh no.
But a while ago, during my marathon stream in March, I think it was, one of the goals was to do a stream of watching a few other Versus show episodes. I'm not saying Death Battle like knockoffs or anything like that because that does a disservice to what they're doing. Though they are obviously very clearly inspired, you know, but Death Battle formula and all that. But it is Versus shows doing the whole power scaling thing and all that jazz, and putting two characters up against each other to determine who was a winner, and the animation and all that. We sure are Rum Rusher. With that in mind, the biggest thing I think I will say with regards to this is be nice. People are putting their creativity and their passions into this, and even if it is something like this, which is admittedly a little silly, don't shit on their work. Like, you can criticize, of course, that goes without saying, but don't be an asshole.
I think we can easily not be assholes here.
Oh yeah, I'm not. Sonia, you would never be an asshole. I mean, have you listened to yourself?
I'm just like, I'm threatening to chat.
Yeah, this is more for chat than either of us.
You wouldn't disappoint me, right? Haha.
Yeah, if you're an asshole, you're gonna make Sonia sad.
I don't want to be sad. I'm already sad.
Don't make Sonia sad. It's a fate worse than death. But yeah, there's been a number of these that have cropped up relatively recently, I would say. Like, there have been some that have been going for a while. I don't think I have any of those on the docket today, but a lot of them have sprung up within like the last 2 years or so, I would say.
I imagine like the threat of losing Death Battle kind of inspired people to make their own like verses as well. I miss Code Buddy.
I'm still here.
You didn't respond to me. Look, I need constant feedback or I'll scream.
Oh, you are big. Hold on, I need to fix that. Also, that is the wrong capture.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm guessing that it's supposed to have a blank screen right now, too.
Yes, you are. Chat was seeing the playlist randomizer. And anyway, this is frankly relevant at a point, so you know. Anyway,
The thing about fan stuff as well, people put their whole heart into it because it's a special kind of passion. I'm not saying that original art isn't special as well. Obviously it is, but you know.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, the one of the big things about fan run shows like this is they have a little bit more leeway to do kind of weird shit because they don't have to. A lot of the people who run these shows, this isn't their job. Unlike with Death Battle, so they don't have to, play to an algorithm necessarily, and try and
they can do what they want.
Yeah, they can try and pick up like random shit they just want to do.
You can say fan characters versus creepy cat.
I mean, Kara isn't really a fan character, but the only thing is how nebulous their like actually being fucking named Kara is.
Well, I think it's basically canon because it's easier to refer to a character who's unnamed as what they are in the true name.
But yeah, we will be doing only 2 episodes with analysis portions. The rest we're just gonna be watching the animation because for a lot of these fan-made episodes, one thing I have noticed is their analysis portions do tend to go on for very long. For better or for worse, I think. They're not limited to trying to keep the attention of the average viewer. Again, it's a difference between a big big project for the love of the game rather than trying to appease YouTube, which Lord knows we all know how difficult appeasing YouTube can go.
Exhausting.
Oh yeah. How much do you know about Sonic.exe, Sonia?
So I feel like I'm gonna learn a lot anyway, but is it like Sonic.exe is obviously a creepypasta.
Uh-huh.
Um, and I feel like I probably read it before, but I've read a lot of creepypastas, unsurprisingly, I guess. So it probably kind of just like merges all into one. Does it have hyper-realistic blood?
Oh, well, you know it does. It was one of the founders of that trope.
Then I probably watched. Did Sloopy do a audio like a creepypasta read of it once?
I
Because I think I was.
believe so, yes.
Then I've definitely heard it, but it's been a million years.
Yes. Sonic.exe did, kind of fade away for a while until Friday Night Funkin' made it really fucking popular again.
Hell yeah, I'm here for it.
Yeah, let's get into it, I guess.
Oh, flashing lights.
Horror is a fascinating genre. It's meant to elicit
Agreed.
negative emotions like fear and anxiety. But it's always comforting to know that none of this stuff is real, right?
But what if it was real? That'd be pretty whack, right?
Hey, that's supposed to be my life.
Jesus Christ.
The two main players of this story are
Oh, yeah, actually, I should say as well. This was, Nebula Theater. It is run by a person named Plime. I've actually talked to them a little bit. They seem like a really nice person.
Cool.
Yeah. I'll talk about that later. But
Kara, the first fallen human.
In Sonic.exe, the god in hedgehog form. I'm Nils.
Sorry, I
Nick,
love art
We
like
are your
that. It makes
playwrights,
me
and we hope you
smile.
enjoy this bloody show we are putting on today. Without further ado, let's teach you a little bit about these characters. Welcome, audience, to the Nebula Theater. Once upon a time, there was a war between humans and monsters.
The humans were victorious, forcing the monsters into a subterranean world called the Underground, and erecting an everlasting barrier around them, forcing them to live in isolation for the rest of their days.
For the monsters, this was a crushing sentence, but under the guidance of the peaceful King Asgore and Queen Toriel, they were able to make the most of their situation.
During
So one thing I will say, compared to a lot of other fan shows that I have watched, I should say usually I don't watch the analysis portions. For one reason in particular, when it comes to fan shows, a lot of their mics are really bad.
Yeah, I was gonna ask that.
This one is a lot better. It's not
Yeah.
studio quality, obviously, but like
Yeah.
it's streamer quality.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
I ain't
Like-
gonna fault it. You can tell that it's not as like fancy, but like I don't care.
Yeah, like when it comes to something like this, you don't need a full ass fucking audio setup. For the love of God, don't use your fucking headset mic.
Oh no.
Get something better. Like this, the microphone I have right now, as a matter of fact, I've had it for. Oh God, I've
had mine for over a decade.
yeah, I might be getting close to that. And I got it for like $30 off Amazon. It was on sale at the time, but
I think I got mine it was probably like $100, but Sonia Law used to be on a podcast, so this was probably a good podcast quality mic 10 years ago.
yeah, like I don't need anything studio quality, but for the love of God.
Yeah,
Get a
exactly.
decent microphone. Like I said, this isn't particularly at them because their mics are pretty decent, but it's just something
fine.
I've noticed with fan shows in
the
general.
king and the queen had their first child, Azrael Dreamer, who was destined to do great
Baby.
things. But he would not
Go
be their
baby.
only heir.
One day, something unexpected would happen. An unhappy child would fall into the underground. A human named Kara.
The king and queen adopted Kara as their own, and Kara and Azrael would soon become best friends. as good as siblings even. But there was something that still left Kara discontent.
Kara came into the underground with a hatred for humanity, especially after hearing about the monster's imprisonment. And once they
Okay,
found
I
out-
was about to say, what the fuck is this from? I did see the bit at the bottom there.
how to destroy the barrier, it was only a matter of time before they enacted a plan to
There's a
free the
lot of
monsters.
Undertale
Now,
fan
Kara's
content.
plan was to poison
Oh, yes, there is.
There
themselves
is a
with
lot.
toxic flowers and then die. Points for creativity. Then they would have their best friend Azrael absorb their human soul, which would grant Azrael immense power, enough to pass through the barrier.
Big.
There, Azrael with
Big, you
Kara's
become
soul
big.
would kill 6 more humans and take their souls.
You see, human souls contain incredible power, and this barrier could only be destroyed by the might of 7 human souls. Kara sacrificed himself to both save monster kind and exact vengeance upon humanity, but they weren't the only one in control, since Azrael made up half of their fusion.
Now, Azrael wasn't fully on board with the whole killing the humans thing. When a crowd of them attacked him out of fear, Azrael didn't fight back. Instead, he
Look at
abandoned
these
Kara's
mother
mission,
freehouse guys.
returned to the underground grievously
I'm
wounded,
I'm
and
pretty
empty-handed.
sure they were explicitly from
They are mother
from
freak, I can tell.
Earthbound, yeah.
Handed.
Mother
There,
3 or
Azrael would
Earthbound,
succumb
one of
to
the
his
two, yeah.
injuries and die, turning into dust while holding Kara's corpse. The king and queen had lost both of their children after one failed plan.
Man, when you really think about it, Azrael's kind of an L-mans. Like, Kara killed themselves for this, and Azrael did nothing, basically making both of their deaths kinda pointless. Like, killing 6
He was a
humans
little
obviously isn't
baby.
a great thing, don't get twisted, but still.
Little baby!
Are you crying?
No, it's... Shut up.
I'm sorry, man. In any case, the underground is now thoroughly shaken. Even after being imprisoned, the humans continue to take from them. To keep hope alive and to get revenge on humanity, Asgore made a drastic decree. All humans who fall underground will be killed, and their souls taken.
As the years went by and more children fell underground, Asgore collected all but one of the souls needed to destroy the barrier and finally escape into the human world, starting the war all over again.
This is where the story of Undertale begins. As
Story of Undertale, you say?
Yeah,
Those
we're
who
gonna
know,
play
know.
Huh?
you take control of the player character Frisk, the latest fallen human to fall into the underground.
Frisk is mysterious. Not much is known about them from before they fell. But what we do know is that with your help, they are actually a very capable fighter.
Toriel teaches the human the very basics of combat. How to defend themselves, and how to pacify foes without fighting at all. Each monster has a way to pacify it non-lethally, but it is still an RPG. So you have the option to do it the old-fashioned way and just kill them all.
Kinda makes you wonder what would happen if you went out of your way to kill literally everyone, doesn't it?
Just full scorched earth. Undertale isn't just a traditional RPG, it's also a bullet hell, which means Frisk specializes in dodging attacks, waiting for openings, and then punishing the opponent with strong blows.
And Frisk's equipment, while limited, does the job just fine.
The human has the torn notebook, burnt pan, empty gun, and the strongest weapon anyone's ever seen, the real knife. It hurts just looking at it.
That's not even mentioning Frisk's best weapon, their cell phone. Look, hear me out. This cell phone can let Frisk fly and let them shoot lasers.
Not to mention the numerous healing items they have to keep themselves in the fight longer.
Monsters in Undertale don't fight conventionally. They attack the soul directly, meaning that these items are not only healing Frisk's body, but also their soul as well.
But, even if their soul is destroyed by an enemy, the human has a broken ability called Determination. Just like a video game, this lets Frisk save their progress, and load back into their previous save point. So Frisk journeys through the underground, killing every single...
Because it is explained that this is what human can do.
Yeah, so again, I actually have not watched this analysis portion, but one thing I did see people talking about is it is sort of a 3-step analysis in a way, where it goes from talking about kind of all 3 of the major players in Undertale, which is Kara, Frisk, and Azrael.
being they can get their hands on, increasing their level as they go.
Actually, it's not pronounced level. It's pronounced love. Frisk is increasing their love as they go.
Now, hang on just a second. What do you mean their love increases the more they kill people?
So LV is actually short for love, and love is an acronym of levels of violence.
Well, I guess
God, this is still the funniest thing that Toby Fox has done. Calling fucking LV levels of violence.
that's the level
Oh shit, there he is.
of writing we could expect from
Are you
award-winning
talking
game
about when
dev Toby Fox. Wait a
Toby's right
second.
there?
Does
That's the
EXP
funniest
stand
thing
for
he's
anything
done.
weird?
I'm
Yeah,
saying
EXP stands
shit
for
to his
execution points.
face.
Well, whatever this love execution point system thing is, it makes the human an absolute terror, being able to kill most other monsters in only a few hits.
The reason why love makes someone stronger is because it represents the emotional distance you put between yourself and the people you're fighting. The more EXP you gain, the more you kill, the easier it is to kill again. Life kind of just loses its gravitas. Like, killing these people doesn't matter at all, almost like they aren't even real. This leads us back to Flowey. Flowey is a reincarnation of Azrael, although he resembles nothing of what he used to be.
Azrael's essence was fused with a flower, and then forcefully injected with determination, turning him into a soulless husk of what he used to be. Flowey, much like the human, did things out of curiosity. Killing everyone, saving everyone, being neutral. Don't that sound familiar?
This drive for curiosity is something Flowey and Frisk had in common. Well, actually, it's more like it's something that Flowey and the player had in common.
Now, it's time to get a little meta. None of the other humans that fell into the underground had enough determination to change the world like Frisk could.
The lines get a little blurry here, but there's a lot of indication that the determination itself doesn't come exclusively from Frisk, but also from the player themselves. Their curiosity, their desire to see what happens. All these timelines that are possible are all due to the player's actions.
Pacifism, genocide, these are all things that only the player can control.
Oh god,
And
let's player
Flowey
jump
is the
scare!
only one that can accurately recall these events. The only one that can call you out on your bullshit.
Or is he? After
remember your genocides, Kara.
After Frisk commits a genocide route and exterminates almost every single monster in the underground, they come face to face with Sans. Throughout the story, Sans has been more of a comedic jokester than anything else, but there's always something a bit off with this funny bone man.
He seems pretty unintimidating, but the truth is he's the last defense between the human and everyone else. And turns out, when he isn't avoiding work, he's pretty damn good at his job.
And his job is apparently kicking my ass.
Sans is smart, really smart. Like really, really, really smart. He understands.
Have you ever been Sans, Sonia?
I've never done the genocide route because I don't like to hurt people.
But that doesn't answer the question.
Then no, I haven't. Have you been Sans?
No. I've tried. I usually give up.
So, like, do you go through the entire route, or do you just do the... I know that there's a...
No, I just do Bad Time Simulator.
I should try out Bad Time Simulator. I'll have a bad time.
Yeah.
The world of Undertale more than almost anyone else, and he knows magic that breaks the mechanics of the game, playing like no other monster the player has fought. On top of all that, despite having no way to remember any resets, he can deduce via context clues exactly what you are, someone determined to win the game. So if you're gonna fight dirty by getting as many do-overs as you want, so will he.
Yeah, this guy never ends his turn, meaning you never get your turn. So you cheat in kind. You manage to attack during Sans' turn. 2 times in a row, in fact. This catches Sans off guard for the first time, ending my last 6 hours of torment.
6 hours this try. With the human's obstacle gone, the only person left to kill is the king himself, Asgore Dreamer.
And here's where things get really interesting. Because of your actions in this timeline, the king doesn't even recognize you as human anymore, directly asking Frisk what kind of monster they are, leading to Asgore being non-confrontational.
Because of that, Flowey was able to kill Asgore before he even knew what was going on, and Flowey exhibits fear.
Flowey had claimed that he didn't have any emotions anymore, that he did everything out of curiosity, but at the moment of his death, where he knew he couldn't bring himself back to life, he begged, pleaded with Frisk, with the player, with Kara, not to kill him, saying that he never betrayed them after all.
Well, remember when I said Azrael kind of dropped the ball for not killing anyone when him and Kara fused? Well, I guess Kara felt similarly. With no monsters left, all that exists is Kara and the human. Kara was in a similar state as Flowey, but instead of having their
Sorry, I just saw the player. That's you. Don't job.
essence bound to a flower, they had their essence bound to Frisk, gaining more awareness as Frisk's love grew more and more.
Kara will ask the player whether they want to reset the timeline again or erase everything. No matter what the player answers, Kara will destroy every timeline no matter how many exist, and leave the entire universe as an empty void. Kara does this with a single slash, wiping out everything. Not just every normal monster, but everything within the current existing timeline in its entirety. This includes intangible monsters like Napstablook, someone Frisk couldn't harm normally. This attack destroyed all of time and space.
Finally,
it even
the
destroyed the
knife-killing
files on the
ghost.
player's computer. Kara was able to destroy
Or
infinity. For
ghost
that to
killing
happen,
knife.
the speed and strength of this attack would be incalculable.
This attack breaks the game, turning it off, and when you open it back up again, and some time passes,
video
Kara will
games.
ask the player if they would like to restore the world in exchange for a Frisk soul. Your soul? The line's blurry.
Kara takes the soul for their own, recreating the entire cosmology of Undertale, and now taking control of Frisk's body whenever they wish.
And with that, we reach the end of the tragic tale of Frisk the Fallen Human. We know so little about them, but what we do know is that they had a life before and after the events of the game. That their own will is stolen by the player during the story, and they lose their future to Kara afterwards.
After genocide, resetting the timelines, and eventually taking Frisk's soul, not even the player can stop Kara from accomplishing their ultimate goal.
Because in the end, you're not the only one in control.
Good joke, creepy ass.
The
I love
Karen
it.
jump scare.
I love, like, sometimes this Toby Fox does, like, I mean in the best way possible, the most JRPG-ass things.
Oh, yeah.
And
I
I
mean-
just, like, love it so much.
Have you played Chapter 5 yet?
Not yet. I know
Okay.
about the weird route stuff because, you
Oh,
know.
yeah, the Weird Out stuff is heavy.
Yeah. But, like, I haven't actually played the chapter yet. I know vague stuff about it.
Pretty good. I'm
I'm looking forward to it.
upset there's music I can't add into my stream playlist for a bit.
Is it the secret bus?
That's one of them. So I think realistically, I think my only criticism with the analysis portion of Kara is I think, in all honesty, they probably could have cut out voice or cut out talking about Sans in general.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think... Realistically, I don't think it adds anything to the Kara section of the analysis. It doesn't add anything power scaling wise either. Like, if they were gonna bring up how, like, the Gaster Blasters are lasers, that would have been one thing, but they didn't mention that.
I also felt like we all know where Kara comes from, but I feel like they took a while to actually explain why we're talking about Frisk and Kara in the actual analysis.
Yeah, I did actually see that as a criticism a few times.
Yeah.
Which makes sense. Yeah, I do think it's structured a little weirdly.
But it's okay.
Like, I get the idea of them wanting
Yeah.
to talk about these, sort of big three in terms of,
And sense.
in sense. In terms of how they all impact Undertale.
Yeah.
It's something that, like, any analysis portion has to deal with. Especially
Yeah.
when, like, it's a completely new world, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have to talk about, especially with Undertale of all things, you have to talk about mechanics and how the world works and shit. And that can make writing a bit awkward at times.
Oh, yeah.
Outside of our dimension of the next
Anyway, this fucking guy.
I'm looking forward to learning about Sonic EXE again.
exists a void of nothingness.
That is, until a mass of dark matter started forming, taking on the appearance of a dark cloud with red dots. This blob will be known as X.
After wandering around this void a bit, X came across this dimensional window that let him peer into the planet Earth, learning all kinds of things about humans.
That's where we live.
Our likes, dislikes, cultures, etc.
Sorry, I wasn't prepared for that dancing alien.
Of everything it witnessed, one thing stood out above the rest.
It was a franchise that we all know and love, Sonic the Hedgehog. X became infatuated with Sonic to an incredible degree, morphing his entire body to appear like Sonic himself, in a process that seems very uncomfortable.
X's
A bigger fan of classic Sonic than you are.
eyes started bleeding profusely and it felt incredible.
That, unironically though, that is a change I think is very funny and kind of good for Sonic.exe as a creepypasta. Rather than it just be like generically haunting a video game cartridge, he became a big Sonic fanboy.
Abomination, like a Abomination from a different world. Loves Sonic, loves him.
Love that hedgehog.
Has a son that hates immensely. Sure, okay.
He's blue and he goes fast. How could you not love him?
But X didn't care. After its transformation, it let out a laugh that echoed throughout the entire void.
X would then shape his void,
Yeah,
creating
but you
small
played
rooms
Kefka
that
laugh.
resembled areas you would see in the classic Sonic the Hedgehog games,
It might show
which is
up.
where some would say the series peaked, but I digress.
But as powerful as X was, it wasn't able to actually interact with our dimension. It didn't exist in it after all.
X believed that it was the rightful ruler of all human beings, that everyone deserved to be its slaves. The idea that X couldn't have access to them was frankly unacceptable.
So X needed to devise a plan to gain access to the humans it was so interested in, which led to an interesting conclusion. Although X couldn't
It
physically
is very funny how much, I mean, it makes sense, but how much fan work they have to use for this analysis.
Well, you know, it is
Because-
literally. Yeah.
Because of Sonic.exe, like, what the fuck else are you gonna use?
enter that
Exactly.
dimension, it could influence the people inside of it. It can cause a person to feel immense anxiety, give them
Yeah, they
horrible
could
nightmares,
essentially
and
use
even
the
influence
text.
their minds
Yeah,
to do
just
its will.
literally
X
show text
manipulated this
on the
genius
screen.
US government level programmer to create a disk that would allow X temporary access to the human world. X then sent a piece of his dark power crashing down into the disk to complete it. This imbued the disk with his essence, which would give X complete control over the internals of the game itself.
And with all the steps complete, X can now begin its reign on humanity using a disk with only a single executable file in it. Sonic.exe. Boom! Name drop, baby.
Now, people really like Sonic the Hedgehog, so taking on his image was the best thing for X to do. A person would buy a Sonic game online because they wanted to feel the nostalgia, find out the game wasn't what it seemed, but continue on, even after all this messed up stuff and crazy shit they see.
This includes two victims of X's control, Tom and Kyle.
Now, Kyle had sent Tom a copy of Sonic.exe
No.
with a note, explaining that he had passed away, and that Tom should destroy the copy of the game so no one else gets hurt.
Tom, for some reason, didn't listen to this warning, popping the game into his computer and playing the cursed disc that would seal his fate.
Now, you'd think a person would stop playing after they'd start seeing all the blood and gore throughout the game, but thinking that
Yeah.
this was just some hacked
Nah, Tom was real fucking stupid.
copy of the
No,
original Sonic
I
the
think I
Hedgehog,
played
Tom
the
continued
weird
out of
Sonic
pure
game
curiosity.
myself.
This
as well.
curiosity would be lethal. Upon completing the game,
an idiot.
X
I'd
would
do
suck
it.
out Tom's soul, leaving his body in
Oh,
a
nice.
vegetative state, and then trapped his soul into X's void dimension, binding Tom's soul to an avatar of a Sonic character to play with until he breaks. Because of X's love of humanity, it saw this method as a way to keep humans alive forever, personally believing that the death of a human is a waste of a life.
But breaking them is not a waste of life, just to get that clear.
It's a god compared to them, okay? It's like when you're a kid and you break a toy. You just replace it with another one, even if
I
you
love
really
the
love the
tomato
toy
sauce
that
on the
broke.
ground.
Now, I don't know about you, but I never treated my toys like X treats the humans he's capturing. He can manipulate the shape of his own body, he can fly, teleport, create illusions, make fire appear from nowhere.
He had anti-gravity boots?
Mhm.
Sure.
Turn the world dark, make statues sentient. He even learns every single detail about you in just a few seconds.
Just take Renee Wirtz, for example. From the interaction of Renee playing the game, X found out her name and her exact location. I'd be willing to bet that if any of us were to play this cursed game, X would be able to find out our deepest, darkest secrets. Like how I like to cry to romantic love stories, and the fact that Nick is an SCP in a Santa disguise.
It's not a disguise.
Come on, don't even deny it, man. People have been speculating this for months.
What SCP do they even think I am?
People are saying that you're something like SCP-6121, you know, the one that's just a walking mascot costume?
Damn it. No one even cares about those ones.
Alright, let's just get back to the topic.
True, though. They only care about the fucking big adaptable lizard.
Repeat that one. Repeat that one.
The
The
what?
one that blinks. The ones that.
Oh,
that-
yeah.
He looks like a peanut.
Alright. Anyway, beyond everything we've talked about, X's most broken
That's like the only one I remember.
is the black hole inside of its mouth. If anyone is swallowed by this black hole, their soul will shrink into a singularity and be wiped off the face of the earth, as if they never even existed.
With all of X's powers, it would then have its disc cycle around the
love the
world,
little
stealing
Eggman
soul after
sprite.
soul
Look
and
at
stuffing
it
them into avatars of
go. It's going
Tails,
so
Knuckles,
fast.
Eggman, etc.
Something
So
I'm
many
confused
arms,
about
like,
is
out
how
in
is
the
the disc
air like
circling
that.
around
Like
in the
you
first
just
place?
yeah.
Do people really keep just buying the same game from dead person to dead person?
For this information, we can actually
Yeah.
thank a lovely detective named Derek Green. Derek was a detective who documented his investigations into the Sonic.exe murders, who unfortunately lost his soul to the very being he was investigating.
From Derek's diary, we learned a lot. We learned how quickly X was improving in stealing souls, initially mutilating the bodies he stole from, before quickly being
So
able
is
to
this
do
like
without any sign he was
one
there.
person continuing making the Sonic EXE, or is it like multiple people adding on to the lore?
I think it's a little bit of both.
Fair enough.
I mean, I know the original creator is a bad person.
Oh,
So it might have been, like, officially picked up by, like, someone else, and they continued it.
okay.
But I don't, like, know entirely. This might surprise you, Sonia. I'm 31. I don't read a lot of Sonic creepypasta.
I mean, fair, but also, why aren't you prepared to answer every single question I have for you?
That's fair.
At all. We learned that everyone had their souls removed, also had their PCs and electronics destroyed. We learned that X's overall plan is to merge the human world and his void to gain complete control of all mankind. And we also find out all the factions that helped X with his plans.
X's main following is called the Cult of X, a group of people who see
Sorry,
Yeah.
I need
Gain
to see that
complete
picture
control of all
again.
mankind. And we also find out all the factions
I like
that helped
Silver's
X
little
with his
wolf
plans.
animation
X's
here
main
anyway.
following is
Me when
Look
I'm
at
in a
this.
cult.
Me when I'm in a cult.
called the Cult of X, a group of people who see X as the overall ruler of mankind. They copied the main Sonic.exe game file onto a bunch of discs and had them circulate all over town to create more
Plus, they're like
victims
the
for
ring.
X. The
Got
cult
it.
members would then show up to the home of a
Yeah, a
person
little
whose
bit.
soul was taken, take the soul back from said person to put it back into circulation, destroy any evidence, and sometimes murder the lifeless body of the person who had their soul stolen.
And that's not the only faction. that
Seems
helped
like a
X.
little bit
Carrying
overkill.
out its mission to enslave
Well-
all humanity is a big ask, which is probably why he also needed help inside of his void as well. These beings are called the Seven Guardians.
The Seven Guardians were created when X mixed its own dark power with human emotions.
Oh,
my
I'm laughing
God.
because I love it.
I love the Sonic fan community.
yeah.
They are so much.
Creating a ruling force within his void, as well as another way to manipulate human emotions to make it easier for X to steal human souls.
This includes beings like Gukiru, who can manipulate someone's rage, Kyofu, who can manipulate someone's fear, and their leader, Yakubo, who manipulate a person's desires.
The forces EXE has created are essential in helping
The writer for this was absolutely a weeb.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at these
X with
names.
its greatest weakness, the time limit it can spend in the human world.
When X steals a soul, he exits the game momentarily, steals someone's soul, and then returns to his void. This only lasts for a short while. If X stays in the real world for too long, he will be ejected back into his void. This destroys his body, reducing it to its dark matter form.
Its dark matter form is much weaker than its X form, but if a soul were to touch its dark matter body, it would be erased from existence, like the black hole we saw earlier.
Now listen up, kids. Dark matter in theory is an invisible substance that isn't affected by light or electromagnetic radiation. It plays a very important role in maintaining gravity throughout the entire universe.
I was not expecting this actual science shit when talking about Sonic.exe.
Well, this is what happens. You know this. It's like
I know about math! I wasn't expecting
Well-
talking about actual dark matter!
Well, he has dark matter, then we're gonna learn about dark matter. You
True.
should know this. You should know this, buddy. You're the death battle guy.
Unlike matter, there is no such antimatter equivalent that could destroy it completely. Now that being said, it is still a form of matter, meaning that there is a way to destroy it. It would just have to be something with so much energy it could essentially wipe out the entire universe and leave nothing in its wake.
How do you know this much about dark matter?
Hey, you've been around as long as I have, you pick up a thing or two about particle physics.
Starting to feel really inadequate about my statistics degree. In any case, though, X does have other weaknesses. Those being his own mentality.
Yeah, X is a bit impatient. If someone were to play the game in a way that X didn't like, or bait it into getting really mad, it has a tendency to rage quit the game, putting X in a sort of sleep mode as the game systems get reset.
Defeating X is no easy feat, however. It was able to explore this entire void, which is a big 4D space, which means, Nick, help?
Hey, don't worry, I got you. 4D spaces have
God.
an infinite set of points, meaning there is no end. If X was able to explore the entire void, it would have to essentially have infinite speeds.
Okay, that makes sense. This is consistent with the Word of God, where Joe Doughboy states that X has limitless abilities and that his power level can't be measured. And here I thought
Jesus Christ.
just manipulating its own void was impressive.
X would spend years stealing more and more human souls, eventually learning how to manage its anger and gain even better control of its powers. See, Neil, it's not that hard. Even eldritch abominations beyond our comprehension can do it.
Wait, what is that supposed
Once he did this, he donned the name Lord X. A bit of a god complex there, if I do say so myself.
Okay.
Don't get it twisted. X might seem conceited, but compared to all of us small humans, it is God. And no matter how smart you are, X will always win in the end.
So, next time you see a Sonic game appear at your door, beware of its contents. Because
I'm gonna
before
play it
long,
immediately.
your soul could be its next plaything.
Destroy me. Destroy me.
God, that's
But
not
it
we've
wasn't
introduced it.
there wasn't a Kefka laugh, so I don't know what. I don't know
true.
who this guy is.
0 out of 10. So I don't have as much to say about this one because, like, it's Sonic.exe.
Yeah.
Like, there's only so many ways you can really talk about this without making it sound very silly.
It's. I like the extra stuff in a lot of ways. It's kind of like one of those things where I think it's kind of wish it was more like an original like IP in a way, if that makes sense.
Yeah, like, for sure. Like, if it wasn't tied to Sonic, it would be a lot less, I don't want to say this negatively, but it'd be a lot less cringy.
I'm not even cringy. It's just like it's a shame that they can't really do anything else with it other than be a fan thing.
Mhm.
Yeah. Hey, Ben drowned. That's my shit right there.
I don't think Ben Drowned really has any, like, versus stuff. Also, the predictions up for Chad and everyone. Solely because Ben doesn't do that much fighting.
He's just a creepy guy.
Because
Just
I
a
know,
you know-
I've talked about this a bit, but Sonic.exe's most quote-unquote popular opponent is Red from Godzilla Creepypasta.
Makes sense, because they're creepy pasta.
Yeah. And, like, to an extent, I think putting Creepypasta against Creepypasta works better than putting it against established characters. Though at least Kara is kind of nebulous enough that it's okay.
I think Kara is basically a canon creepypasta.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Do
You know, when Men Drown first happened, people actually tried to call the police.
That's
I had to
very
tell-
funny.
Me as a 14, a 15-year-old had to be like, no, this is not real. Do not call the police on Zelda forums.
God, that's so funny.
That's my Zelda fact for today.
Thank you.
Hey stars, it's time to open the curtains
and see how this story unfolds.
I hope you enjoy the show.
Oh, actually, one other bit of thing I wanted to say. Two things, actually. One, I do like that the hosts kind of have their own little bit of personality. It's like, it's very clearly inspired by Wiz and Boomstick, but it's not directly copying them.
Yeah.
Two, I do like the overall, like, theming of the, the presentation, of it being a space theater type thing. Just kind of gives it its own, it gives it its own sense of self. Rather than, directly aping something else.
Yeah. Inspired by.
Yeah, inspired by, not directly copying.
No, I lost to Sans again. Oh. It's funny because Sans is right here.
No, it's Sonic!
No!
Hey, I've been searching everywhere. I'm glad I finally found you. I just wanted to ask, would you like to play a game?
Sonic, no!
Damn, that's a sad game.
What an interesting soul you have. Up for round
We have.
One thing I do kind of always appreciate whenever Sonic the IEXE is involved in this thing is when he just does Sonic shit still.
Oh yeah, he's a big fan of Sonic. He's basically cosplaying Sonic when you think about it.
He is, yeah. Oh shit! Okay, I want to get pause here.
Oh, hi, Ty.
This is a hell of a time for y'all to raid into me.
Should we, like, start from the start? Hey! You're the stinky one. I'm pointing at her, buddy. You're the stinky one.
Howdy.
Howdy. So... Yeah, we are watching, fan versus shows, inspired by Death Battle. This is in fact Sonic.exe.
Yeah.
Versus Kara from Undertale.
Yeah.
I will repeat, first off, let me pull this up. This is for our usual Death Battle watchings, but it's still applicable here. Don't be a piss baby is generally the big advice I always have to give when watching anything like this. Secondly, the big the big thing I said at the beginning of the stream, I'll repeat it now, is don't be a shit.
Don't be a shit. We'll cry.
Like, if you're a shit, you're gonna make Sonya sad.
Don't make me sad.
You cannot make Sonya sad. But yeah, like, this is people making something that, even if it's a little bit silly, that they are proud of, and that should be, even if it's Sonic.exe, involving Sonic.exe, don't be a shithead to the creators.
Exactly. Especially when they have little to no budget to make this, probably.
Well, I'll talk about that after the fact.
We'll get into that later, but
I will say that the creator for this one in particular, very much well pays everybody.
Well, that's good. Yeah, I think we should start from the animation again.
Yeah,
Obviously not the analysis, because that is 20
that'd be 20
long.
minutes.
I hope you enjoy the show.
Done. Don't worry, I won't repeat my jokes.
Hey,
They weren't that
I've
good
been
anyway.
searching everywhere. I'm glad I finally
I don't
found
know.
you.
I thought the Sans thing was
I
pretty
just wanted
good.
to ask, would you like to play a game?
Sans Nick.
Sans Nick. I bet there is a sprite of just Sans and Sonic combined.
Probably. Like, I mean, there's Sans and Garfield, so...
I mean, you know, I kind of get that, though. Now, in this scenario, do you think he's just replaced Sans?
Probably killed him. Or ate him.
Oh!
Interesting soul you have.
Sad.
Up for round 2.
Oh yeah, I actually will pause real quick because this was at the warning at the very beginning. Flashing lights warning, there's a lot of it.
Yeah.
You're too slow. Maybe next time.
Oh. Oh, I see.
Finding everyone in this realm was so easy. Everyone is so slow, fragile, and weak. Don't worry.
See, I told you he ate Sans.
Next.
Ooh.
The most powerful weapon of all!
Gun. The voice actor is having a lot of fun.
The voice actor for EXE, unironically, is pretty damn good.
Yeah, it goes sounding like Sonic.
This mine seems to be at its limit. It's no fun anymore, but I can play with you, right, Dara? Ooh.
Oh, it's okay.
Yeah, I will say this animation is actually quite long.
Yeah, I was quite surprised when I thought this was getting to the end and now the minions are here. guess it does let Linkara do some cool things.
True, the minions were last time.
Shut up. Did he just eat the save point?
Put you in control, like some sort of god.
What do you mean I can't snooze the ads? Oh, well. Sorry, chat! Can't snooze the ads, so,
Very well.
if you want to not get ads, sub, I guess.
This realm purchased so much death and destruction. Why do you let it persist? Because of some perverted silent time?
I'm not one of you monsters. I am in control of your life and death. You are nothing but a blind to me.
There's nothing worse than someone who thinks they are above consequences.
Sort of nice. Okay. I think maybe it's going on for a bit too long.
Yes. That is something very much we'll talk about after the fact.
Yeah.
How does it feel knowing that your last chance at life is now fading
Yeah.
before your eyes?
I stopped feeling anything a long time ago.
Lying till your last breath, I see.
I do like this of the player fucking dying at the end. It's very funny.
That's cool. I like that.
So yeah, the biggest... I have a couple issues with this. The
Yeah.
first one is the, it goes on for too long.
Yeah. I'd be trying to not say it while it's happening, but I'm just like, okay, and then, oh, it's still going,
Yeah.
going, okay.
This is, I will say too, this is the, this is their first episode.
Okay.
First as a showrunner. From what I learned from talking to one of the both to the showrunner and one of the animators on this, is that the biggest issue with this is there were no storyboards, which ended up make things go on for much longer than they originally intended.
Okay.
The other issue I have with this is about the last third of the fight is very incomprehensible.
Yeah, I think the voice actor for Kara was fine. I had problems hearing them though.
Yes, the sound design was also rough, specifically for the voice actress for Kara.
Yeah.
Her voice lines were very lower than everything else going on.
Yeah, and I feel like literally speaking, I lost what the plot was happening at that point because I'm like, the saying stuff.
um, but yeah, I do think the first like third of this is pretty good.
Hmm.
Um, it's not anyone's like first time animating, but
Hmm.
truly the biggest issue is just kind of the pacing and
Mm-hmm.
the ending bit just being very hard to follow what was going
Yeah.
on. What also I
Um.
think didn't help the pacing was Kara's fighting style in the last third, which was pretty
Slash.
much just the knife, yeah.
Yeah.
Like in the first bit, you have them using multiple different things. You know, you have them using the gun, you have them using the pan, etc.,
Yeah.
etc. More than just a knife.
Yeah.
But yeah, and admittedly, a lot of these criticisms I am levying are things that the creator already fucking knows. So
Yeah.
it's not anything particularly new to them.
Yeah. Like this is me with my honest reaction, but I imagine like, hey, they've probably done bigger and better things since then.
Well, they only have one other episode out, which
Bigger
I
and
will
better
say
thing.
we will be watching that later, but we're just watching the
Mm-hmm.
there's two I want to watch the analysis portions for, and then we'll get into watching
Mm.
just the fights for others.
Yeah. So like I can't really, well, I can be critical, but like, hey, for a first time, that was good. Like,
Yeah.
especially it's hard to make a show full stop. Kudos for them
Oh,
to
yes, it is.
kudos for them for actually doing it, and kudos for them for getting it out there. Um, it is especially hard to make action, and it is very difficult. And I think they almost got there. It's just that, yeah, they didn't. If they didn't have storyboarding, it's hard to tell how to start or end a
Yeah.
thing. And
Well,
unfortunately,
they probably
we
had a
know.
script, but it was
Yeah.
there's a big difference between animating off a script and animating
Hmm.
off a storyboard. Like
And
that's
I think
the point of storyboards.
exactly. And I think you can only have Kara stab a certain amount of times before it gets boring.
Yeah.
But yeah, like kudos. I think I hope that they do more.
So the one thing I wanted to talk about regarding the showrunner paying his people very well.
Hmm.
Can you guess how much the budget for most Nebula Theater episodes are?
Well, I was gonna say it was low, but then you made like a kind of thing. So I'm gonna say $5,000.
More.
10,000?
Yes, it's each episode
10,000.
of Nebula Theater costs 10,000 to make. Around there,
Well,
anyway.
can I be on the production team?
Yeah, no, and he does admit he pays much higher than the average.
Yeah.
But because I mean, running a show like this, there are corners you can cut
Mm.
in a lot of ways. Especially if you're something I've very much learned doing research for my own project. Is that people very much get away with not paying voice actors.
Yep. Voice actors, animators, They usually get the low end of the stick, the short end of the stick, not the low end, Sonia. And it's really sad. So like, hey,
Yeah.
extra kudos. I'm giving these guys a lot of kudos, even more kudos. Let's go.
Mhm. Yeah, and it is a little funny that we start with this one because I do think Nebula Theater is doing the best in terms of the in terms of this sphere of indie versus shows.
Hmm.
I think it does a lot of things right. That's not to say, obviously we just talked about the criticisms we have of it, but it's still, I would say, probably the closest thing, if not very similar in quality to Death Battle as a production.
It's still high quality. There's still kinks to be ironed out, but they're getting there. And I look forward to seeing how they are in the future.
And scene.
These two are
Which you
absolute monsters
will
that
very
can
soon.
destroy and recreate worlds in an
Woohoo!
instant, both
Future!
potentially being limitless with how strong and fast they could be at their best. So there are some interesting factors to think about in this fight. We broke it down into a few very important questions.
The first question is, could these two even kill each other?
It may seem impossible at first, seeing as X is composed of dark matter and Kara has their save points, but surprisingly, they both had ways to put the other down for good.
Kara's universe-destroying slash destroyed everything. Every creature, location, time, and space, as well as even the game file.
Oh, and yes, I something I will say before anyone brings it up. Yes, you have entered a power scaling thing. If that's a problem, don't talk to me about it.
As of Undertale.
It's true that dark matter can't be touched by almost any form of energy, but if someone can interact with intangible beings like souls or ghosts, they should be able to harm or kill X in his dark matter form.
And since Kara's attack rate avoided nothingness, killing even those intangible beings, that slash should be able to kill X.
Kara can use their
God, that
determination to
fucking
come back to life,
RWC.
but X has its black hole. This black hole erases the existence of anyone or anything it touches.
X could easily eat Kara's save points to erase their way of coming back, and has methods to get rid of the source of Kara's determination, such as stealing the soul of both Frisk and the player. This leads to the second question, who is the more skilled fighter? Which this one does have a pretty obvious answer.
Kara is the strongest being in Undertale's universe, but they didn't start that way.
They had to fight their way up the ladder, dying and restarting over and over, getting better after each retry.
X has never fought a being comparable to itself. In fact, when it gets outsmarted by normal humans, it has the tendency to rage quit and crash its own game.
As the fight goes on, Kara would start gaining the edge, while X would get more and more aggravated.
But X wouldn't make this easy on Kara, especially when we consider our third question, who had better weapons and abilities?
Kara had some neat weapons and could heal their soul with items, but X just plays in a completely different ballpark.
X can teleport around, create illusions, manipulate anything within its void, and manipulate a person's emotions.
As cool as Kara is, all they can really do is slash at X, while X has tons of ways to keep Kara on the back foot and keep its distance.
So Kara is a more skilled fighter, and X has way more abilities, but the last and most important question is, who is better at manipulating souls and how do they affect the real world?
It's possible Kara can potentially steal the player's soul, but the player needs to agree to that for Kara to take it completely. Outside of that, Kara erases files in their game.
Fight horror
That's about
Goku.
X can send parts of
I
its
mean,
essence
Sonic
to the
is
real
just
world,
Goku.
manipulate humans to do its bidding,
It's true.
give them nightmares, and even leave the game entirely for a brief amount
I
of
love
time
how
to
the
take the
segment
soul
is
and
just
stuff
called
it inside of
Paul.
one of its avatars.
Now, even without all that, X can still learn a ton about someone just by having a small interaction with them.
Things like Kara's existence within Frisk, the player's existence, and Undertale's game mechanics are all things X should have information on, meaning that X knows exactly what he needs to do to kill Kara permanently. X would just need to stop playing around with its food first.
This was a fight that showed a lot of soul, but save for a few options. X had just enough to avoid defeat. Kara couldn't help but fall behind.
So as the curtains close
Hee hee.
Yeah, Sonic.exe's canonical name is X.
Yeah.
and we take a bow, the last person you see standing on the stage is Sonic.exe.
Okay. Oh. The funny one versus the sad one. Got it.
Yeah, I mean the whole thing is they are both. Whoops.
Yeah, isekai guys.
Yeah, they're both isekai guys. They are also both sort of deconstructions of the genre in ways.
Yeah.
Where Subaru is a much more what's the word I'm looking for here? Sad version.
Yeah, he's sad.
Whereas Kazuma is far more comedy focused.
Oh yeah. Subaru is very sad. That's like the only thing I know about that series. He's sad.
Anyway, Kazuya
I love-
Mishima.
Me when I'm about to punch Wesker.
Kazuya Mishima.
Let him go.
Absolute power corrupts absolute.
Oh yeah, this one is called Realm of Gods. They've been around longer than Nebula Theater, I believe. They started with Gal the Hedgehog versus Zero, if I remember correctly.
Okay, there's so many zeros. Please tell me which zero.
Zero from fucking Mega Man.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely. A statement proposed by John Emmerich Edward Dahlberg, and more than an apt statement in reference to these two prophets turned monsters.
Kazuya Mishima, the cold-blooded devil from Tekken.
Albert Wesker, the villainous
It's my
bioterrorist
boy!
of Resident Evil. I'm Aqua, the mouse with the vision.
And I'm Ecto, the ghost with the free time.
Together we've analyzed these combatants' powers, skills, and feats to find out who would win a fight in the Realm of Gods. Heihachi Mishima.
Oh shit, there he is.
You mean Hechii?
That's right, Hechii.
I love this guy.
So one thing I'm very glad for that they've done, and why not watching some of their older episodes, is they started this show with very poor quality mics.
It's okay. We forgive them.
This is their most recent one, I should say.
Mm.
It was released 2 weeks ago.
Words could be said of
Let's
this
throw
man.
some boys
He's a
off
powerful warrior,
volcanoes.
an even more powerful business owner. And if you're particularly close to him,
Wait, hold on.
An absolute bastard. Heihachi had everything a man could want. A beautiful wife, a young and growing son, and a family fortune he was said to inherit.
I
but
love
because
this
he was a
guy.
greedy asshole who wanted all of the power of the Mishima Zaibatsu to himself, he staged a coup against his father and eventually ended up killing him in cold blood to take the reins for himself, trapping Jinpachi under a mountain to starve to death.
If that wasn't bad enough, his wife, Kazumi, had just awoken a dormant demonic power passed down by her clan and tried to kill him. So he put her in the grave too.
Naturally, distraught at the loss of his mother and grandfather, Heihachi's then 5-year-old son, Kazuya, steeled himself and confronted his dad, ready to avenge his family and murder his father.
But being, 5 years old, he caught the nastiest 10-string of his life and was tossed off a cliff. Hopefully to put
There
an
we
end to the
go.
demonic bloodline. for
There he
good.
goes!
But you've seen the title of the video,
Here we
so
go
you
again!
know that didn't fucking happen.
As Kazuya fell to the stony depths of that cliff, his latent genetic gift activated and invited a mysterious devil into his body, granting him not only the power to survive the fall, but to seek revenge against the man who
The
took everything.
Mishima family volcano.
Kazuya
that's
climbed
right.
back up the cliff and was raised by Heihachi into young adulthood alongside his new adoptive brother, Lee, being trained in the Mishima-style fighting karate and participating in tournaments
Dislikes his family, Akuma, bears. Yeah,
and
fair.
smaller scale fights around the world. He gained mastery over his own chi for energy-enhanced attacks, mainly electrical punches.
Kazuya's Mishima-style variation most closely resembles Shotokan karate, using counters, hip turns, and closed fist attacks.
Electric
Most
Wind
notably
God
the
Fist!
Wind God Fist.
Yeah!
Electric Wind God Fist and the Thunder God Fist for uppercutting foes. And the
Probably best
signature
is, you know,
Mishima-style
fighting
10-hit combo
animation.
keeps its victim trapped with a series of rapid punches and blinding kicks that'll be sure to leave them begging for a breather.
The spine-annihilating Hell Sweep knocks enemies flat on their asses, the Rising Sun knocks them hard onto their skull, and the Demon Scissor is a nasty overhead that's sure to give them a concussion.
At the ripe age of 26, Kazuya entered the newly formed Tekken tournament, headed by none other than Heihachi, fighting his way to the top through a Russian android, a super samurai, and even a Mexican in a jaguar mask who only communicated by roaring.
He's in the Soul Calibur as well.
He finally faced off again with his dear old dad.
Deciding to return the favor, Kazuya took a stroll through memory lane with his father and threw that old piece of shit off the same cliff he'd been sent off of. He even rose to take power as the new head of the Mishima Zaibatsu.
Yeah!
But instead of
Holy
inheriting the loving
fucking
and non-violent
Kazuya
nature of his
smile.
mother or grandfather and helping fix what Heihachi had turned the Zaibatsu into, Kazuya plunged it even further into darkness.
Kidnapping, assassination, smuggling endangered animals, pirating indie games. You name it, and he probably did it. Turns out, the power of the devil gene feeds directly on negative emotions, like ambition and vengefulness, plunging Kazuya down the same debaucherous path his father led. Set on ruling the world, Kazuya eventually took over all of Hokkaido and planned to make his own independent nation, rejecting his nationality altogether as he saw himself above the labels of any established nation.
To prove that superiority, he held another Tekken tournament, where he encountered a strange angelic entity trying to purge the devil from within him, and a mysterious fearless woman named Jun Kazama, who sought to save his soul from corruption. If all that wasn't enough of a headache, the worst news possible broke. Somehow, Heihachi had returned.
Taking a fat L to his father once again and getting unceremoniously dropped into an
Sorry, the way he said that is. Oh, I'm sorry. I actually don't know what their exact pronouns are, but the very slight clipping of the mic when they said Fat Al is very funny.
Volcano, which erupted worth over 160 megatons of TNT, it seemed Kazuya was dead, leaving Jun to raise his newborn son, Jin, who it turns out inherited a piece of that devil. But luckily, your friendly neighborhood shadow organization pulled a Revenge of the Sith and fished him out of the lava, because somehow he survived.
After 20 years of licking his wounds, Kazuya re-emerged to enter the 4th Tekken tournament, where his old bastard of a dad would try to kill both Kazuya and his son to steal their DNA and make an artificial devil gene. But, unfortunately, Kazuya's first meeting with his son went awry when the devil within him tried to steal its other half straight out of Jin's body.
It feels like
Luckily,
Devil
Kazuya
May
managed
Cry
to
as
gain
well.
control back and
Little
rein in the
bit.
devil form. And despite Jin defeating him that day,
Kazuya
gained
and
full
Jin
control
are
over his devil form,
a
granting
little
a whole
Dante and
slew of new
Virgil.
powers.
Actually,
He could fly at hypersonic speed.
Actually, Kazuya and Jin are more like if Dante and Virgil was just Virgil and Virgil.
True.
With his wings, fire eye beams from his forehead strong enough to make a volcano erupt, and fast enough to be comparable to beams of light, and go toe-to-toe with the raging demon, Akuma, himself. He can even teleport, become invisible, and phase through solid matter.
He can appear in people's dreams as a vision, create pocket dimensions straight out of Jujutsu Kaisen, and should be the same as Jin, who can use telekinesis to throw or detonate things, freeze people solid, steal souls, and create energy barriers. It also apparently prevents baldness.
G Corp, the aforementioned shadow organization, launched an attack on the old Mishima estate, causing the corpse of Kazuya's granddad to rise back up, possessed by a demon, and initiate a 5th Tekken tournament. Kazuya, leaving the heavy lifting to the other Mishima men, went and murdered the CEO of G Corp, taking over as the new head of the organization, and rebuilding himself as a military and political power, while Jin ascended to the head of the Mishima Zaibatsu.
Turns out, history repeats itself. Jin launched World War III as his first order of business, declaring war against the literal
This is what I was talking about when I said they are both Virgil and Virgil. Jin is also not a good person.
entire world to get rid of the devil gene, and Kazuya found himself one of the few men powerful enough to oppose him, becoming renowned as a hero while he did so. But after meeting his Swedish Naruto-fighting half-brother and Jin's disappearance following a confrontation with an ancient demon named Azazel, who was strong enough to ignite the entire atmosphere, yikes, Kazuya found himself at odds once more with Heihachi, who had resumed the head position of the Mishima Zaibatsu.
This is why fighting games are actually the best. They're the most ridiculous backstories
Fighting
ever. And then
games have such funny fucking stories sometimes.
yeah, like I've read all of Soul Calibur's backstories and Tekken as well, and it's just like I love it because you just like when you play the game, you're just punching the other guy in karate.
So the two decided to meet up like men, settling their score once and for all in the depths of a volcano. Although Heihachi
It's like
managed to stir
Ebola.
Kazuya's reputation by revealing his demonic powers, Kazuya got the last laugh, as he tossed his father into the boiling lava pits below, as he made
Again!
evident his intention to continue
It
the
all,
quest for world domination.
it all comes back to
6 months, 7
volcanoes.
efforts later, Kazuya went
Look,
live to
we
the
know
world
that the
after
volcanoes
beating his son
don't
like
work.
any good
Throw his
Mishima does,
dead
and declared to the
body
world he was hosting
into
yet
the volcano. Sure,
another
but kill him
Tekken
first.
tournament. This time with the fate of the winner's country decided by victory. And just to show off, he fired a beam into outer space to destroy hundreds of satellites, creating a shockwave worth 957.8 teratons of TNT.
At the conclusion of a worldwide tournament, Kazuya revealed his plans to revive the ancient demon Azazel and absorb its power for himself, achieving his most powerful form, True Devil Form Kazuya. In this form, he can create crystalline constructs, see visions of vast distances, and becomes massively more stronger than before.
Kazuya faced off against the likes of the UN, his various estranged siblings, and most notable among them that Swedish thorn in his side, Lars, in an attempt to reach and eliminate Jin
wide.
from the world. But as his final blow is about to end Lars, who else but Jin shows up to stop him? After 50 years of feuding, this was the final battle, the culmination of the turmoil in the Mishima bloodline.
The two tapped into their devil genes and fought a battle unlike any the world of Tekken had ever seen, until Jin awakened a more angelic form, an echo of the same angel who'd once tried to free Kazuya's soul when he met Jin's mother all those years ago. With a final act of compassion, Jin erased the devil form from himself and his father.
After 50 years of fighting,
space?
50 years of abuse
In
and
space.
50 years of corruption by power and ambition, Kazuya Mishima's soul was finally freed, and the woman he loved stood by his side once more.
So there's a very big difference, and this might just be because of the content of the characters that are being talked about. There's a big difference between this Realm of Gods analysis and Nebula Theaters, which Nebula Theaters has more...
Yeah.
How do I put this? It's more serious
Yeah.
compared to Realm of Gods, which is much more lighthearted. And
Volcano stuff.
and it in that sense it is more like Death Battles analysis, which tend to be very lighthearted and have a lot of jokes in them. I don't think either one is necessarily better than the other.
Yeah.
I will. Here's what I think is the big. Hello. Is the big two things is I felt like I kind of learned more about Undertale as a whole in Nebula Theater's analysis of Kara versus Kazuya's kind of being more fun, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And like I said, I don't think either is particularly better than the other, but it is kind of interesting to notice the differences of styles between them.
Yeah. I want to see my boys. Let's go.
Deep in
Chris.
the Arclay Mountains, on the outskirts of Raccoon City, STARS operatives were sent to investigate numerous sudden and bizarre murders.
The team, otherwise known as the Special Tactics and Rescue Service, was comprised of ex-military personnel, consisting of Jill Valentine, Chris Redfield, Barry Burton, and their leader, Albert Wesker.
STARS insights led them to the Spencer Mansion,
He's old.
home of Oswell E. Spencer. The mansion was crawling
Likes
with mutated
terrorism.
spiders, snakes, sharks somehow, and most notably, zombies.
Stars came packing, though, with
What a
Wesker
fucking mansion,
specifically
by the
wielding
way.
his custom Samurai Edge modeled handgun, with a laser-sighted add-on that allows for pinpoint accuracy.
Rifles, rockets, grenades, the whole shebang. Name it, and Wesker's probably a master of it. He had the perfect artillery to take out these residents of evil.
The STARS team delved deeper into the mansion, discovering the horrible experiments the Umbrella Corporation was up to, most notably abducting Lisa Trevor and her mother and injecting them with the progenitor virus, driving them both insane, with Lisa being permanently disfigured and her mother killed.
As Stars
I forget, did you play Resident Evil Remake? Or did you play the original?
I played the remake of it, so I
Okay.
did go with Lisa and all that.
ventured further, they solved many a puzzle, faced monstrous creatures, and yeah, they fought a shark. Pretty fucking metal. But alas, there was a traitor among them.
The spiders
Somehow
in
keeping
this
tabs
game
and sabotaging
is
every
actually
chance
like
they had.
terrifying.
Who
Yeah,
just so
I
happened to be
do.
their very own leader.
Do remember
Let's
that.
take time back to the
I
1960s.
don't like 'em.
Albert Wesker was born with supernaturally superior genes to that of the typical human, being taken away by Spencer for Project W, presumably standing for Wumbo.
Under Spencer's care, Albert was
say
raised with many
Project
other
Win.
gifted kids, all of whom were given the same surname, Wesker. These prodigies were given nothing but
I don't know if I need to watch it, but I should watch it at one point.
The fucking live action. Yes.
energy to find an education, going into many different fields of study.
Bird.
But only
Wesker mentioned.
the
think
best
they'll,
were
like,
chosen
have
to
the
be affected
alphabet,
with the
like,
progenitor virus,
first name,
an
so it's
RNA-based
Albert and then
disease
Bert.
believed to be able to bring humanity to the next vital
Limited
step of
breadsticks.
evolution.
That's right.
Wesker joined forces with Spencer, believing he could be the forebearer of the next iteration of humankind, working with him under his company's umbrella to create tyrants, basically big-ass super zombies. It's here where he met William Birkin, a brilliant virologist who would become
Yeah,
a
that
close
fucker.
associate of Albert, with the two further developing tyrants and BOWs together.
Wesker was only a part of the STARS team to leak information to Umbrella, keeping tabs on the police force and leading them to the Spencer mansion in hopes of getting them all killed. To that end, he took the opportunity to wake a tyrant sleeping within his boss's home. Unfortunately for Albert, he was impaled and tossed aside, as these tyrants are, in all practicality, mindless killing machines. Now thought dead, Wesker was left to rot as the survivors left the Spencer mansion to collapse. Having witnessed unprecedented horrors that day, Chris and Jill dedicated themselves to taking down Umbrella once and for all. The tragedies that Spencer, Wesker, and their company started couldn't be allowed to continue. Things were made even more personal when Chris's own sister, Claire, was caught in the crossfire. Chris found himself at Rockfort Island, an island taken over by Umbrella, as well as coming face to face with an old friend.
No one truly stays
God,
dead in a
Code
world like
Veronica.
this. The day
What a
Wesker was
video
believed
game.
to be long gone, he had
can't wait to
preempted his
play
betrayal
it.
by
The
injecting
remake, that
himself with the
is.
prototype virus, a variation of the T virus designed by himself and Birkin. This sample healed all of his wounds and enhanced his physical prowess just enough to escape the mansion, but not before killing Lisa Trevor in the midst of his exit, cementing his transformation from human to something more.
To say the virus enhanced his physicality is an understatement. Wesker can rip apart steel gates with one hand, kick heads into tomato sauce, and lift military-grade missiles. Not only that, but the virus gave him actual superpowers. His eyes can shoot out a discharge of electricity to stun nearby enemies, he could psychically influence zombies to do his bidding, and even if his foes manage to inflict serious damage on him, the progenitor virus can reattach severed limbs, and even heal crushed brain matter. And if such
a
insane
minute.
regeneration isn't
I just
enough,
realized
Wesker can always resort
Yeah.
Wesker dies by volcano.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I get it. I get it.
the Resident Evil staple, smoking that herb pack. Green herbs are a must for any Resident Evil character. These little shits are
I
even in
understand this matchup
Fortnite.
now.
Not Wesker, though.
Now wielding the ability to spread his plans at a much faster rate, Wesker slipped once more into the shadows and joined a new conglomerate named Tricell, beginning a complicated web of corporate espionage and bioterrorism. These stratagems finally came to a head when he discovered Ouroboros, a virus that turns the host cells into black biomatter, which over time will consume and transfigure them into a mindless beast.
Yeah, I hate
The
it when he gives
panacea
us
for
the bugs
eliminating
in
human
the
society
daylight.
as we know it. Wesker had his dreams in the palm of his hands.
If it wasn't for Chris motherfucking boulder punching Redfield, who discovered these insidious machinations on a mission to West Africa. Even with all his past transgressions in mind, Wesker had somehow strengthened his vendetta against Chris even further, as prior to the events of Resident Evil 5, he kidnapped Jill and brainwashed her into fighting alongside him, as well as
Dyed her
giving a
hair
nice little
blonde.
hug to his papa Oswald.
Why did he do that? Why did he
Oh.
dye her hair blonde?
I don't know. Maybe
Hunting
he
down
was
his
like,
former
I
comrade
need her
Chris
to
and
be
his
blonde,
partner
just
Shiva
like me.
tracked Wesker to his oil tanker, discovering that he was planning to launch missiles imbued with Ouroboros around the world. In one fell swoop, Wesker would force humanity over the evolutionary cliff he had always been working towards.
A fight for the fate of the world would begin, with Wesker's speed and superior stamina forcing Chris on the back foot. He's especially proficient in the former category, as Wesker's movements are so precise and quick, he can outpace bullets from a wide variety of weapons.
Unless it's teleportation.
No. No bitch-ass teleportation.
Well, look, here he is moving fast, and here's him teleporting. It's different.
That's from 2 different games, you bitch.
Yeah, well, in MVC3, it's literally teleporting. It says right there.
Okay, what spirits from Smash are we giving Kazuya then?
You're just jealous you didn't drink the fucked up evil teleporting zombie juice.
Well, teleporting or not, Wesker is pretty fucking fast. As said before, he has insane bullet timing feats, but he can also dodge electric charges, which would ultimately come out to around Mach 82. That's hypersonic speeds. Not bad, but that alone wouldn't be enough, as he was eventually cornered and on the brink of extinction. With his back against the wall, Wesker injected himself with vast amounts of Ouroboros, specifically an amount that was meant to incite complete global extinction.
And Wesker took all of it for
Saturation!
himself, causing him to mutate into a truly monstrous form. With his
I'm
body
going
now
to
bursting at the
Chris.
seams with black goopy tendrils, he can reach out for devastating attacks, like grabbing a
Chris.
helicopter out of the air. Basically, he's Venom. Just by touching Wesker's strain of Ouroboros, your life force will slowly be drained if you don't rid yourself of the infection.
Remember how
But
many
for as
times we
deadly
had
as
to
that
fight
would have
this
been
guy?
if it turned on
Yeah.
the human race, the drawback
He glitched
also
out at
applies
least
to Wesker.
once.
Ouroboros was utterly ravaging his body and addling his brilliant mind. In the end, Chris and Shiva capitalized on this, with the two blasting Wesker with rockets and blowing his remains to bits. And just for good measure, those bits were melted in a volcano, burning away Albert's dreams of a mutated future.
Even in death, Wesker became a name synonymous with survival horror, a not-so-distant nightmare, as his
Oh,
influence
shit.
upon the world would not be
It's
forgotten.
Xenos!
He proved himself to be far above
wait,
the humans
Xeno.
he sought to control. He was
That
a
guy.
god, and we were all his playthings.
So I didn't actually do the prediction, because, yeah, everyone voted for EXE. I get the feeling,
I want to see Wesker be pushed into a volcano.
might be similar.
Yo, everyone. Iris is sleeping very cutely next to me.
Yo!
She's so cute. Her paw. You know when animals do the things where they put their paws next to their face while they sleep? That's the best part of it. I love her.
Thank you, Babonia, for putting 1 point on Wesker. But yeah, my statements on the analysis portion for Wesker are mostly the same as they were on Kazuya. I feel like overall I learned more about the characters on Nebula
Yeah.
Theater, where this was a bit more entertaining.
Yeah, from a entertainment perspective, I'd say this one's more like entertaining, but the other one's more learning.
Yeah, I mean, it totally depends on like which style you want to go for.
Yeah. I'm posting my dog into the chat. Copy media link. Everyone, perceive my dog. It's very important.
Alright, I think that's good enough.
The devils are assembled, and only one can walk away from this bout.
Let's give.
Oh, actually, one more thing. I like the name Realm of Gods. I don't think they do enough with the theming of it. Like, outside of the logo itself, it is the analysis portions and kind of this preamble is very much, it is very similar to how Death Battle does it, which again isn't necessarily bad, but it is something I noticed compared to Nebula Theater.
I just love this Kirby.
Give it a go, shall we?
No!
Kazuya Mishima, your corporation has assets that are more
Oh, I love it. I
they
love
will be
his
mine
voice.
to take. 7 minutes is all I will need.
Gene!
Too slow. Unfortunately, despite your best efforts, it's too late for you. You will not live to see the dawn.
It's always a broken car. Imagine just like working in Japan and then your top half of your entire building's destroyed and you're like, bro,
If you're the devil,
I'm just working
then I
here.
am a god. What?
I wanna know.
Bro, I'm just working here.
俺は全てを支配する。
Once again, Wesker.
It is very funny to go from the very long episode of Sonic of EXE versus Kara to a much more reasonably paced episode.
It ended so quickly, and not in a bad way, but it ended so quickly compared to how the other one went. I went, oh wait, that's the end? That makes
Yeah,
sense.
so I do have one very big criticism with this episode. Kazuya didn't fucking do anything.
Yeah, I was like, oh, this is the part where he fights some zombies so he can do something.
Kazuya got his ass beat by Wesker the entire fucking animation until he won at the end.
I just need to do one punch and I'll kill ya.
I mean, realistically, yes, but also,
Yes.
I don't
I
know,
get
man.
You need to have some backs and forth, yes.
And yeah, that's more of an issue in the script than the animation.
Hmm.
That being said, I don't think the animation was as fluid or good looking as Kara versus EXE, but also I do know for a fact that Aqua Realm of Gods is working with a much lower budget.
Hmm.
So I think that's fair. It's whenever you're working on a project, especially when it's something that is for creation's sake rather than trying to make money off of it, you're going to cut corners and you're going to I literally had the thought in my head what I was gonna say, but now I can't remember.
You're gonna cut corners, and like, you're gonna just have to work with constraints. That's fine.
Yeah, yeah, and like for what we did get, I think it's good. Obviously, like if this was a higher budget, it could have looked better, yada yada. But no use dealing with what ifs, right? Yeah, I would say like in terms of budget, Realm of Gods is like slightly below mid tier budget, I would say. And obviously Nebula Theater is at the top. But yeah, really my biggest issues with this episode really do just come down to the script. With that, I should say that being said, Wesker's VA was quite good.
I love he had the the little bit of the nasal. As soon as I heard that, I was like, wow, I love this Wesker.
The very like nasally, slightly British, but also not. It's a very good
It's on
Wesker
point.
impression.
Yeah, I think my criticism is that they didn't toss Wesker into a volcano.
Yeah, I mean this also is very much limited by the assets available. Like the budget does not allow for creating assets, unlike with Nebula Theater, but
I mean, if they even just had a PNG of a volcano, I would have been happy, okay? Like, even if the end screen is just like Kazuya just going to a volcano and chucking Wesker in it, I would be happy.
But why? Well, it's a little more complicated than you'd think. First, let's analyze these two levels of skill.
Wesker is an impressive combatant, being able to compete with trained STARS members like Chris and Jill, who are extremely well versed in hand-to-hand combat alongside their assortment of weapons, with Chris specifically being described as having the best marksmanship of the STARS Alpha team. Against most others, Wesker would be an incredibly skilled foe, but Kazuya is a different beast.
Yeah, that's no surprise. Kazuya's fought in countless tournaments full of people just as skilled as Chris is, if not more so. Plus, he's been training since he was a child, and overall has a lot more media
no, Lady
appearances.
Blackjack.
Wesker may fight trained individuals when he needs to, but Kazuya
They've
was
never
literally
done
born
a like,
to
stop
fight,
motion
which
thing.
means he takes skill.
Kinda.
But that wouldn't matter
well,
if we
yeah, they did do the claymation a little bit for like Bill versus Discord and
Scooby versus Courage.
no,
I thought the monster was clay.
Oh yeah, the monster was claymation, you're right. But I was gonna say Kool-Aid Man versus Macho Man.
Factor in intelligence, right? Wesker's way smarter than Kazuya, creating viruses and mutations within people that are beyond comprehension, on top of being described as a genius from a young age. Kazuya may be a competent leader, but in comparison, Wesker is more impressive. With that edge in his corner, couldn't Wesker pull off an Ouroboros infection with the right strategy?
Well, that's where it becomes tricky.
I'm so glad that even here, intelligence is the most pity category.
Let's look at this from where both of these characters draw their unique strengths. The Devil Gene versus Ouroboros. At first glance, you'd think Ouroboros would be a game ender. Being able to completely destroy the human body from the inside out would make it a huge threat to Kazuya. Plus, Wesker's regeneration would prevent Kazuya from landing any lasting damage.
Which then brings us to the next logical question. Can Kazuya permanently kill Wesker in spite of his regeneration? Well, to answer that, let's look at their overall stats to paint the best picture. At first, speed doesn't actually seem too uneven.
even in Death
While
Battle, when
Kazuya
they
has
go
better
overall
overall high
stats, I
and
was
low
like,
ends thanks to Tekken's numerous
numbness.
laser dodging feats as opposed to the general bullet timing seen in Resident Evil, Wesker could dodge electric charges and arguably teleport. Meaning no matter how fast Kazuya was, you could argue Wesker had some workarounds. At least you could say that for travel speed. But this would eventually equalize when Kazuya let the devil out. Even then, Kazuya would have higher reaction speeds no matter what, so while it's closer than you'd think, Kazuya is going to be delivering hits at a much more frequent rate, as well as being too quick for Wesker to reliably be able to infect him.
Yeah,
And as
Kazuya
for
can
strength,
fucking
Kazuya
fly.
is a massive global threat.
Also this.
With his big fucking laser coming out to 957.8 teratons of TNT.
A massive step up from Wesker's highest end. But that's not all, as Devil Jin could nuke the entire planet, and Kazuya is certainly stronger than him.
With these crucial advantages and stats, this ultimately led the Devil Gene to be the superior source of power. In this battle of supernaturally strong businessmen, Wesker may have had the intelligence and powers to best plenty of other characters, but Kazuya's superior strength, iron defenses, and raw skill put Umbrella's star employee down for good.
The winner is Kazuya Mishima.
Kazuya Mishima.
Okay. Kirby, no! You're pushing up a cliff! Think, guys.
Now, a little interesting that they're actually doing a rematch of an actual Death Battle episode.
I mean, that's the ultimate thing. In a way. If you don't like how someone else did it, just do it yourself.
It was
10 out of
also in
10.
season 1, so like it's been a hot
Yeah.
fucking second.
Valid.
But yeah, let me put up a poll real quick.
From what I think, between... You can tell that this one, has been around longer. At least in my opinion. I think they got what they want to make down pat. That's the word I was looking for.
Mm-hmm.
How long have they been doing their Realm of Gods?
Flop over so I don't accidentally reveal something I don't want to.
Oh, that's fair.
Only a year.
Yeah.
Granted, I do know for a fact that this person was doing other stuff beforehand, albeit much lower quality. And then
So
they kind of
yeah.
They kind of rebranded and then did this.
Can you listen to a Sonic fan? Listen. Sometimes people have bad days.
Oops.
Huh?
Right. Okay. Polls up.
I want to watch Junko versus Springtrap.
You can increase your vote with Nobu's.
Yay!
I can do that back and grab a drink, though.
I could just cheat, though. I could just keep on pressing the button. I'm a mod. Okay. Yeah, I have a lot of Nobus. Who's the Scarlet King? I don't know who that is. And I feel like I should probably know who that is. Is that like a... Actually, I have no idea who that would be. That's fair. Don't worry about it. He's a SCP Foundation. Okay. Interesting. See, I almost said like a Dark Souls. It almost sounded like a Dark Souls kind of thing. Oh. You know, I guess the embodiment of love and the embodiment of hate should fight each other. I learned what the Scarlet King was, buddy.
Okay, I'm back. And, yeah, that's about how I expected the poll to go.
Well, I did kind of encourage them to go for, because, that's like literally the thing. I just still remember when it showed up in Death Notes, and it killed me because Emily didn't know, what the matchup was, and Emily was on the enemy team, and I was like, Emily, hurry up and not understand it so I can answer.
Sonia, I'm gonna ask you something important before this poll ends.
Okay.
Because you and Matt are my stabilizers in a lot of way.
Yeah.
Can I show my thing? I don't want to do it for funding reasons. I just want to show it because I'm really happy with it.
I think you should, if you're very excited about it and you just want to show it off. It'll also explain why you know so much about all these things that are happening right now, my friend.
Yeah.
Unless you want to do like I would say, do this matchup, but make a post on Blue Sky or Twitter and be like, I'm about to announce something cool.
Well, I don't know if I want to do that because I'm not. It hasn't officially entered that stage of things.
Okay. Then this is just a
Freddy
cool
Fazbear.
treat for everyone. Freddy
Yeah.
Fazbear? Freddy Fazbear?
Oh my god.
Go for it then.
But yeah, I'll save that to till the end of the stream so that people who stick around get a fun little treat at the end.
It's a cool treat.
Anyway, Springtrap versus Junko. I should say we will be watching all of those today. This is just what order we go in.
So we're just watching the fight
Here,
for these ones.
let's find out in the fight.
That's what I would also do to Five Nights at Freddy's animatronic.
Kill them?
Hit him with a bat!
Yeah.
Look at this place! So dusty, so crusty, so last decade. I mean, killer robots in a pizza joint? How original! Time to tear down this scrapyard circus and replace it with something truly despair-inducing.
What the hell are you supposed to be?
Your worst agony.
Yeah, I would have handled it.
You just would have just to handle it. How could you not just get Matthew Lillard to do the voice acting, haha? The voice acting's been good so far. I'm just being a shit.
Jackie versus Luigi.
Why is he big now?
It's one of the Monokuma units.
Okay.
Unless you mean Springtrap, in which case
yes,
he like combined a lot of Monokuma units into himself.
Gotcha.
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
This is good. I feel like this is a normal day for Aston. I'm gonna be real.
I always come back.
That's even better. I'll make you into my own personal weapon of despair.
I feel like there's something appropriate that Afton gets destroyed by a teenage girl.
I have a lot of complaints about this one.
Yeah. Is it the fact that Springtrap doesn't really do much?
It doesn't feel like anything actually happens.
Junko just wins. Sorry. Anime's just great. Anime's just
Like,
good.
I don't care about that part. It's just like...
Sorry. Sorry, you stink. You stink, Springtrap.
I mean, he is pretty stinky.
He does literally smell.
It's just like, it has the intro, and then there's like a pseudo army fight between the Monokuma units and the animatronics.
Mm.
Then they go big,
Mm-hmm.
and that lasts like 30 seconds. That's kinda it!
Kind of funny enough. I think it would have been a much more interesting intro if they started with the punishment. He breaks out, then they fight.
Yeah, I mean, it just feels... It really just feels like not much actually happens.
Not really.
And one other big criticism I have, Springtrap has 2 lines.
Yeah.
Springtrap is one of the most verbose motherfuckers.
Only in Dead by Daylight.
Oh no, he fucking loves talking in Five Nights at Freddy's. Specifically, fucking Pizzeria Sim.
Well, you know, the other ones he doesn't like to speak. He doesn't speak.
Also, yeah, Afton has wizard powers, but then
yeah,
again, it's not so much that Afton loses that I care about.
Yeah,
he
just doesn't get to do anything,
and it even feels like Junko also doesn't do anything. Like one of the, I think what kind of interests me the most about this matchup in particular, that this animation did not really do at all. Is it's kind of the one matchup that has a very strong encapsulation of Five Nights at Freddy's gameplay, which would be Junko in the office trying to stave off Springtrap.
Yeah.
Using, all of her Danganronpa shit. And like, I think that could lead to a very interesting animation that this didn't do.
No, I totally get what you mean.
I do think what I have seen from Realm of Gods, this is probably their weakest episode.
Sad.
I do think it's also, in general, just of the 3 we've seen thus far, it's the weakest.
Yeah. I mean, like, all the teasing aside, it is kind of weak. The voice actors were fine, obviously, and the animation was fine, but it was just there was nothing that really happened.
Mhm.
And I did like the idea of doing the punish. I'm closing my eyes so I don't see the spoilers.
Oh, was there a Deltarune thing on the sidebar? Or what were you talking about?
Oh, you're scrolling back through the nebula, and I didn't want to make sure. I didn't want to accidentally see who dies or who wins or whatever.
Oh, fair.
Even though I'm pretty sure it'd probably be Subaru that wins, from what little I know of them.
I was about to ask, how much do you know about Subaru and Kazuma?
Subaru goes through hell. And Kazuya goes on explosion adventures with his explosion wife and the warrior wife and another wife I can't remember.
The warrior wife?
Blonde hair? Alma?
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. It just sounded like you said Wario.
The warrior wife. The warrior wife. And like I know he has some serious moments and stuff, but like it's mostly a comedy.
Yeah, again, the whole kind of through line between this matchup is they are both isekai protagonists that kind of deconstruct isekai as an idea in very different ways.
Mm-hmm.
Because Konosuba is very much a comedy, and ReZero is not. I mean, it does have comedic moments, but...
Yeah, but like he dies, like that's his thing is that he dies, and then he goes back to a checkpoint and he dies, right?
Yeah.
And he's sad. He's a sad boy.
Joe.
He's always sad.
See, this is why I should have.
Yeah, that one. I don't know who that one is.
Your luck is terrible.
How is this my fault? And is this any way to talk to your goddess?
I think I need to turn up more still.
Where do you think you were going with this? I wonder.
Way to go, Beiko! As for you thieves, I, Subaru Natsuki, will serve you justice!
Just great.
Actually, now I remember. I've always heard these guys as
You think I don't know that, stupid?
Always Sunny, but anime.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Fine! Invisible Providence! Gotcha!
Sacred create water! You won't get away with hurting Subaru like that, I suppose. Minya! No. Oh, yeah, of course.
Freeze! Lightning! Won't let you harm Beiko!
Beiko? What kind of a name is that? Here I thought Megamine had a weird name.
Anyone who insults Beiko is in for a world of pain!
Fireball!
May your lost soul find its way towards heaven. Turn undead! Subaru.
Beatrice! No! Shaman!
He's gonna do his safe life thing.
Despite everything, I'm still so weak. But with this power I have, that's why I took her hand.
This is why I should have gone in alone. Your luck is so... Damn it!
Marak!
Beiko, no!
Minya!
Get ready, Mayako.
Understood.
Corleones!
May your lost soul find
Invisible Providence!
turn on
Aqua, I have a plan. Buff me and take cover.
But,
Don't worry, Aqua, I've got this. Just please be safe.
Subaru, are you alright?
It's all part of the plan.
Oh, abyssal flame that scorches the void! Oh, wrath of heaven, shatter the silent by the contract of chaos and the will of the damned! Let this world remember my name! Explosion!
Well, okay.
Sacred celebrate! How is that? Algebra!
Aqua, no!
Laminia! What happened was just terrible, Kazuma, but don't worry. Aqua will revive you in no time. Aqua?
Just how many retries was that?
Subaru, are you alright?
I'm A-okay! Let's go return this to Amelia.
See, that one was much better.
I was gonna say, yeah, I think this is a massive step up from Kara versus EXE, which I already thought was pretty alright.
Yeah. This was good.
The pacing was obviously a lot better. It was 4 minutes
Instead of
compared to
how many?
7.
Yeah.
This was because they did in fact have storyboards for this episode rather than the previous one. One of the I actually have a weird amount of things to say about this episode.
Go for it, friend.
Because I've only seen Konosuba, I've never seen ReZero. But just from like kind of the animation alone, I very much understood Subaru's character.
Yeah.
And I think that's a very good hallmark of writing.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to stuff like this, where if you can go into a thing like this with zero context. I mean, I should say zero context. Like, I know a little bit about what ReZero's whole deal is.
Sad resave. Save 0.
That I can get that knowledge from just the animation, I think is very good.
Yeah.
In general too, I thought compared to Kara vs. EXE, it never really loses itself in incomprehensibility.
Yeah.
Most of the action was it was easy enough to follow. The only thing would be like, I don't know what some of these spells do. And that would be mitigated by watching the analysis.
Yeah. There was like one time where the pink girl did something to Aqua and Aqua was like, eh? Oh, it did nothing. I don't get it. And I'm just like, don't worry, buddy. I'm on the same page.
But yeah, I really like this episode, and it's kind of why I wanted to do this in the first place, was because I think it is very impressive that we can get this level of quality from independent shows that are inspired by Death Battle.
I think the only thing that stood out was, I think there was one 3D model looking at the royal insignia, and then I went back to pixels, and I was like, okay, I get it, I 100% get it, but also it was a little bit weird. That was like literally the only criticism I had.
Yeah, and like, at first, for whatever reason, I wasn't a huge fan of like how they moved, but upon rewatches, it didn't bother me nearly as much.
Yeah, I thought it was fine. It was just like pixel art that was animated like a 2D regular animation style, I'd say.
Yeah. Also, I should say too, they did in fact get the actual voice actor for Subaru for this.
Hot damn.
Sean Chiplock, aka the voice of Bubsy,
Okay.
did the voice work.
Well, I'm starting to see why. Yeah, okay.
Also, yeah, custom sprites if I remember correctly.
Vocals by Brandon Yates. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, he was on this.
Okay. Okay. I don't know the other guy, but I know whose it is, so you know.
That is, yeah, Crypto from Destroy All Humans.
I vaguely know what that is.
Very, I shouldn't say old, it's like PS2, which I mean, granted is old, but you know.
We're old,
PS2
buddy.
is retro.
Yeah. PS3 is retro.
True.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're both conquering aliens, is the gist.
Mm-hmm.
I have seen little bits of works in progress of this, and this is also why I also wanted to start doing this. It looks very good. So I was kind of hoping they would have it out for this stream, but that was not the case.
That's fair. Tetris
Why would you
versus Jenga.
upload the fight only of a fucking... Like, it's bad enough when they do it for YouTube, for Death Battle itself, but doing it for an indie show like
God, I
this...
will kill you.
Oh my god, that was loud.
I will kill you.
Oh, this is Tetris versus Jenga.
Yeah, I'm interested. I saw an anime guy at one point, so and confused and interested, so let's go.
This is literally using literally every bit of potential crossover media. Because in fact, did you know that Jenga was once represented by an alien in the Transformers comic?
No, but now I do. I know that I can't say it. Puyo and Tetris is a thing, which I'm guessing this guy is.
T of Starship Tetra, I challenge you to a game. A game of life and death. Jenga. If you win, I disappear. If you lose, you and your universe perish.
Normal things.
It's on! Get ready to be Tetrisized!
Seems a bit extreme.
So be it.
Jenga. Puyo versus Tetris was actually really hard.
It was.
I struggled.
Huh? Yikes!
That reminds me of stuff being so specific that I don't think I should even reference it. I should say, play Cell of Imperio if we'll shoot you with a gun.
Give up
if
yet?
you don't.
This is no mere game, boy.
Haha, I get it.
This is
It's one
Jenga.
shot. Go, Tetris!
This is serious shit.
This feels like especially something they do like in Puyo versus Tetris. That is an incredibly well animated pixel block and I hate it.
He's manipulating those blocks somehow. Gotta get in close.
Manipulating blocks too.
Mix chain!
Just realized, is this the fucking Dr. Manhattan planet? Yes, but I specifically mean like the pink coloration. and all
Wasn't
that
I just...
that you typically see in that comic.
He's being blocked. My anime child.
Tetris!
There's just some fun explosions.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, you fucking suck at this game.
Josh,
Yeah, you kinda
I'm just
do.
being careful.
All this, and for what? You've lost. Now kneel.
Huh?
If I can't defeat you with the normal game, I'll just impose my own rules upon you.
No,
Fitting for
that's
a god.
illegal.
You may be a god in your own game. But me? I'm a king.
You know, I'm not gonna comment on that. So because he achieved a huge Tetris, and the Tetris block goes away, it's exploding. Is that what's happening?
Yes, I'm pretty sure.
This is what happens when you achieve Tetris.
Why was this so fucking good? It's Tetris versus Jenga.
Yeah, that was fun. I liked it. It was cute. In the best way possible. This is stupid.
Yeah, I mean, but it very clearly was played to its strengths of being absurd.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. In the most positive way possible. This is stupid, and I love it.
But yeah, the animator for this was the same one who did, or who I should say who did, because there was a team who worked on the most of the Nebula Theater ones. But the animator for this was worked on both Kara versus EXE and Kazuma versus Subaru.
Okay.
I go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go.
I was gonna say, just based on what I have seen from them, they definitely seem to be one of the best animators, like independent animators for this scene.
Well, there was some really good animated moments in both like Sprite and then this I'm doing quotations, regular 2D animation as well in that. It was cool.
Yeah,
The
hand-drawn is
transformation-
usually
Yeah.
what it's referred to as, but...
That's a better way to say it, but my brain go empty. That's why I'm like quotation mark regular. The way that the animated Transformer Tetris block, that was fucking good animation, and it's like making cubes in general is annoying, so good for them.
But yeah, the last one we'll be doing is very interesting. Stop fucking uploading independent people's work, god damn it.
I feel like I know, once I got explained about this, I feel like I saw something about this once.
I mean, I did post it in our server.
That's probably where I got it from then.
So,
Superman is a good boy.
yes, Scarlet King is like the big, like, omnipresent evil of SCP. The whole kind of idea of this is it is the ultimate good versus the ultimate evil. So this is the only we're watching a fan battle. Fan battle is very interesting because they are probably the lowest budget of all of these. Because usually they don't have animation. They have narrated scripts.
Okay.
Which, like, personally, like, I commend them for going out of the way to, you know, figure out how to do a creative project that works for them. It's not something I'm personally interested in, so I don't usually watch fan battles content. This one does have animated bits in addition to the narration. That's why we're watching it. Also, I do think it's actually pretty interesting. I will say this probably has the most amateur animation.
That's okay.
And you'll see why once we kind of get into it, but yeah,
I'm ready. Let's
get ready for a deathmatch!
I should say too.
Yeah.
They are the most directly inspired by Death Battle.
Yeah, but I don't mind the hype. Like, it's not a criticism, I wouldn't say, but I do like how there's a hype before the actual battle sound. Like, the other ones are like, let's get into it. And then this is like, let's get into it, you know? There is, like, a good amount. I like that. I like it. It makes me smile.
Alright, the SVP, that's just a vending machine.
Yeah. Slime.
I will say this one is also very long, however, I think it uses it a bit better than Kara vs. EXE.
Director Edwards, surely there's another way. I really can't fathom.
Save it, Dr. Reeve. I know you're new, but we cannot take any risks. Now bring in Deeds 1938 to execute the procedure.
I can't, Ed.
For God's sake, you've always followed Foundation orders before. It's precisely why I appointed you to this position. Why are you now refusing a direct order?
This is different. Where's your empathy gone, Ed? This poor woman deserves none of this suffering.
This is necessary for the sake of humanity. You know that. Fine, I'll call in the order myself.
Ed, you don't need to.
I will not let you jeopardize the world due to your blind sense of morality. I never should have trusted you with this responsibility. Initiate procedure 110 Montauk.
Oh my god. It can't be.
Don't be afraid. I'm here for you.
Dr. Reeve, do you have any idea what your hesitation has just wrought upon this world? Superman, on behalf of the SCP Foundation and all of humanity, I demand you allow us to proceed with 110 Montauk.
With all due respect, this woman did the right thing. No human deserves this torture. The Foundation has constantly mistreated the rights of any living being. The rights to...
No, I don't think you truly get what you've just done. You've just caused an XK-class end-of-the-world scenario.
What the hell is going on? Why did the grid go down?
Of course this happens after I transfer from the 682 incident.
We need to hold off the anomaly. We are authorized to terminate them if lives are put at risk. Mobile task force units are set to arrive.
Oh no! I know.
Seven seals, 7 rings, 7 brides for the Scarlet King.
7 this, 7 that. I'm gonna give you one chance to head out.
Yeah, Superman does a little bit of a jailbreak.
Superman would do a jailbreak. It's a good point.
No wonder. No,
Easy.
it's just auto-generated.
I like what they're doing with the constraints. This is...
Watch the pain grow into the skies. Daylight shadows as the tensions rise.
Don't worry. We're almost there. The entrance zone is just...
We were tasked with protecting the world, Ms. Reeve, and you let your feelings get in the way for her? Just one human soul? Those other people, they were just in my way. I should have done everything myself. I can still save the world. If I execute 110 Montauk for myself, everything will turn out fine. I will be a hero. Ugh.
Run, please. You deserve to live. Just leave me.
I should have done this from the start.
Fury! Yippee!
You are not a doctor.
No! No!
I feel like I need to know more about SCP to really appreciate this, but
Yeah.
I'm enjoying it.
Hold out. It's going to be okay.
I know your type. Let me tell you, I'm not a fan. Doesn't match any sort of composition I've ever seen. If words like his and body can even apply here, what on earth am I even... Wait. I know where I've seen this before.
Get fucking yeeted, Superman.
Superman is weak to magic in the same
wait.
way Yeah, that was a Dead by Daylight model.
Yeah.
The Superman is weak to magic in the same way that I'm weak to magic.
Damn, everybody, you're so powerful.
That's where you're wrong. I know how to end this.
Little kiss on the forehead.
Get out of here, go! I can handle this!
Witness the birth of change. Lament what once was and what was lost.
No. What are you?
They're not real is what they are.
Oh.
Paul, This is my home.
Well, it doesn't look like Smallville to me. What do you think, Jonathan?
Are you gonna let this chump get one over on you like this?
Show that poser who he's messing with.
You're not really here either, are you?
Does that really matter?
No. I'll be seeing you soon.
That's our boy.
Please, Superman.
The ones you fight for shall die screaming. You will not be around to see.
Buddy, you are not the first to tell me that.
We had a lot of fun making this, huh?
The final note in creation's war song against oblivion. It will not stop me.
I know. But this will.
The seventh one.
I see. Thus, even my pain can be consigned to oblivion.
The end.
Yay! Wait. Can you visit again tomorrow?
I can always make time.
Good night, Superman.
Good night.
Damn, if only someone.
So yeah, you probably understand why I wanted to show this one specifically.
Yeah, it was very cute. I liked see the difference between this one and, you know, the Kara one is that there is like it seems like an actual normal not death battle, but just an episode of a thing, if that makes sense.
It is very much more fan fiction in nature compared to other episodes of Death Battle or the like.
Yeah.
Which definitely works in its favor, in my opinion. like there's a time and place for kind of both, in my opinion, but
Yeah.
that is one aspect of that fan battle can do that Death Battle can't, by virtue of the fact that they don't have animation, is they can make their scripts, longer
Much
and
bigger.
more involved.
Yeah.
Because they don't have to focus on also giving a animated fight.
Yeah.
Which again, that's not to say one is necessarily better than the other, but it is very different in terms of how both are good, or both are used.
Yeah, exactly.
I do think the writing in this one is very strong.
Yeah.
Just the way it portrays Superman in in it is very good.
He's just a good person, and that's like, it's hard to get that right, surprisingly, but Superman is just the embodiment of good.
Yeah, and like that's only a thing that you're going to get when you pair him up against someone like the Scarlet King, rather than say, Goku.
Yeah.
Where you can focus much more heavily on the fight aspect between him versus Goku, where this focuses much harder on the storytelling aspect.
Yeah. I did giggle a little bit at the start, because for 1 second, the evil scientists sound like Hank Hill. Just for 1 second. I think they all did a really good job doing voice acting in this. I think everyone just really wanted to do their best.
Oh,
The
actually,
sound bouncing.
fun fact,
Yeah?
I will say, the people who voiced Pawn Ma Ken
Yeah?
is the showrunner's actual parents.
That's adorable. That's like actually adorable.
But yeah, again, fan battle isn't quite my thing, just because I don't necessarily have the attention span for text only.
Yeah.
No,
I get it.
And it's kind of why, I've never talked about watching fan battle on this channel. I think especially reacting to it, it's very hard.
Yeah. Oh, it would be. It'd be a good thing to do a review of, but reaction is a very different thing. Yeah. Like, I could easily write a review about this. Well, I can write a review on any of these ones, but that one is the easiest one to do an extended thing about.
Also, Sonia gets to see
I
my
get to
studio
see.
page.
I get to see it. Is it finally time? Is it gonna be co-buddy time?
So, I've been talking about a project a bit on Twitter. Or not Twitter, but on Blue Sky and on Discords. Only a select few people know about this. This
I'm
has
raising my hand.
Huh?
I know about it. That's why I'm raising my hand.
This has not entered anything official yet. There is still a sort of down payment I have to make, and that's taking a little bit of time just to acquire those funds. But yeah.
You got this.
This'll be, well, for one, it's still technically unfinished. But this'll be for, the Ko-Fi page when that goes live, and also general announcements. Oh, right. Also, this doesn't have a changed logo.
Oh yeah, you should show the logo as well. It's a good logo.
Yeah, hold on. Let me get that logo.
While Cold Blood's getting the logo, yeah, Cold Blood's making their own versus thing, and they've been doing a lot of research into it.
Yeah, if you're wondering why I know a lot about, I know a lot about talking to people about this.
Yeah.
That's why I've been gathering a lot of information about this.
Yeah. I am quite excited to see how this goes because I think look, it's Edelgard. That's obviously what I think. But I think watching people talk about what they're passionate about is very cool.
So yeah,
And go ahead.
This is most likely going to be the debut episode. There's still a chance this could change. I'm still working out budget stuff. Currently, and this is all, up to change at any given point. It's why I have not announced this at anywhere else. But the current budget is $2,500. Like I said, this could change. It totally depends on what quotes I get. I have the estimates for the sprites, voice actors, researchers, and other assets already set up. So that's locked in. It's mainly just the animation that is most liable to change. I also need to figure out whether post-viz work is going to be necessary. It's one of those things that seems nice to have, but can definitely balloon the budget. It's obviously, there's a big difference between what Nebula Theater does in terms of their budgets and what other people do.
Exactly.
But yeah, currently I'm trying to save up the money to get the custom sprite rigs done. That's a big thing, because if you have played Fire Emblem Three Houses and or Metaphor, you know that these characters have more than one form.
Oh boy, they do. Yep.
So I need to get 4 sets of sprite rigs. Granted, we're just getting the 2 of base at the start.
Yeah.
And then very short 5-second, or I should say 10-second animation just for the preview.
Yeah.
That will be used to kickstart it into full crowdfunding.
Yeah. But this is very exciting. Everybody's been working really hard on this, and I'm very excited to see how this turns out. So, I'm clapping, but like sincerely, I'm really looking forward to seeing this. And I'm glad that you're going to announce it.
Yeah, I've been, because it's especially the preview that I did here and the logo that really made me want to fucking talk about it.
Absolutely.
Because
It's kind of hard to keep stuff secret.
Yeah. Especially when you're just very excited about it.
Yeah. I look forward to your 3 years of Fire Emblem Discourse of Three Houses. Good luck with that. And I hope that the Fortune's Weave doesn't change too much research when it comes to Edelgard.
I have a handy dandy disclaimer that all research will be done before Fortune's Weed comes out.
Boo! I'm kidding.
Plus, I think it's technically a prequel, so...
It's maybe a prequel, it's maybe a sequel, it's maybe a midquel. We'll find out.
Well, yeah, we'll find out. I'm hoping it doesn't change much, but... I mean, technically, I haven't gotten anything calced for Luis, but
Yeah, this may be an alternate timeline. There's sometimes stuff happening.
Yeah, who the hell knows? I am going to find someone on to raid.
Thank you
yeah,
very much for showing me all this stuff. I super appreciate it.
Yeah,
And
it's
thank you, chat, for hanging out.
it's very interesting to see this kind of world that exists outside of Death Battle.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Let's raid Leon.
Leon. Night night.
But yeah, look forward to I need to go back and look at all these Thank you, Road Rusher. Yeah, I will see y'all later. We'll actually be seeing y'all very soon because Monday is
Boulder.
Death Battle. And Boulder.
Everything's coming at once. Yippee.
Yeah, that's Superman Prime or Superboy Prime versus Sentry.